Okay.
This is now our 4th episode of Hope with Holly. I'm Elizabeth in place of Ruth today, and there's actually a team of us working together to pull a story out of Holly that only she can tell. Because we think God has a plan for her life. What do you think, Holly?
Absolutely. I didn't make it this far to end the story now.
Yeah, we were talking last night about that. We think God has a plan.
And if it can help one person, it's all worth it.
It'd be worth it, wouldn't it? Okay. I have some questions for you. I was thinking.
Let's hear it.
Tell us how long ago was the accident, just to be clear.
It happened in 2002.
Okay.
So what is that?
So how many years ago would that be? A little over 20.
A little bit over 20, yeah.
Okay. And then
Actually 23.
23 years, yep.
Yeah, 23 years. This past April.
Yep. I was gone. Those years we have reconnected recently and realized that over 20 years had passed.
Yep.
And so tell us how long you were in hospital from the time the accident happened. About how long were you maybe in a coma or just not really with...
Well, let's see. The wreck happened in April 5th, 2002.
Okay.
And when I first got hurt, and I know there's some stories that's been told.
Mm-hmm.
Because when from when it happened, I can remember everything else before that. But when it happened, the exact thing that happened in the wreck, and then when I got on the ambulance to go to the airport to get on the helicopter, when we were loading, and I told him everything, told him about blood type, told him everything on the way to the helicopter.
And you thought that helicopter was at Walmart.
Yeah, we thought,
but somebody recently told you.
Yeah, it happened probably about 5 years ago. They're like, no, you didn't get picked up. I thought it was picked at Walmart. Well, then, in the beginning, they told me that I got picked up in the hayfield. They're like, no, so much debris, they can't pick you up like that. So they took you to Walmart, because the parking lot. And they're like, no. They picked you up at the airport.
Because somebody remembered it.
Yeah, they remembered taking me to the airport.
Okay, and they told you that story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Don't you appreciate it when somebody tells you the stories that they remember?
It's kind of amazing because, and I've even had nurses, if I go in for a procedure or anything, but I remember you. I remember taking care of you 15, 20, 21 years ago. And I've been told, stories have been told to me, like several stories.
Okay, so how long do you think that you were in the hospital and you were not at home? Was that a year, a little less than a year?
It was, I was in Baptist for 11 months total.
Okay.
In Baptist, just the Baptist.
Okay.
For 11 months. So I went to a rehabilitation center down the road from Baptist because I had to learn how to do everything again. And I went to Whitaker for 2.5 months.
Okay.
And they're like, oh, you think she's ready to go home? She's pretty much recovered. She can go home now. So.
Do you know how long you were there?
For Whitaker?
Yeah.
2.5 months.
Okay.
So from
you might have said that. I didn't hear that. Okay.
Yeah, 9 months at Baptist, 2.5 because that's a year, a little over a year, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So, we come home. There was a gobs of people here, and I got bring off the bus, like a wheelchair bus.
Can you remember coming in?
I remember coming in, and there were just tons of people everywhere. They was grilling out, and the house was full, and my bedroom wasn't fixed in there, so I had a hospital bed right here in the living room. And I was in the hospital bed in here for like 3 years or something.
Okay, yeah.
3.5 years in the hospital bed in the living room, and then they're like, "Well, we're gonna fix her bedroom, because I think she needs her like bedroom instead of being in a
Mhm.
shower and all this stuff room. And so, but but let me go back to when I went to Whitaker. So I was in there for 2.5 months, and then when I come home for the party, I stayed home 6 days
Okay.
and coded. And
Something you weren't doing very well?
no, I coded. I turned blue. But when I was at Whitaker, I was told that you could hear a rattle in my chest.
Okay.
Like there was a rattle. I could not get over it. And they're like, this rattle, I don't know if it's just where her lungs ain't really doing well or whatever. We don't know. But when I come home and after the party and all that, I stayed home 6 days, coded.
Okay.
The ambulance got me, took me straight to Baptist, and they did a scan and all this stuff, and then they're like, well, she's got fluid around her heart.
Okay.
And we just need to get this fluid off her heart because that's what was suffocating me. Because you
Okay.
could hear me like every time I was breathing, it was like gasping for air. And they took me in, they kept me right here, kept me from here to here, and opened me up because they seen it was fluid. Well, when the air hit it, it congealed.
Okay.
And had to scoop it out around my heart. And every crevice that I had, like, because I had cubitus, all these, whatever, every crevice ended up septic. And I caught MRSA at the hospital as well. So ended up septic, and there was infection in almost every point, every place in my body that was a crevice. Because they had to scoop it out because it was like in between, next to my ribs and everything, and they would scoop it out. I'm just
And you
horrible.
lived through all of that.
Yes, I'm still here.
And doing well.
I am a miracle.
Yeah.
Miracle.
Absolutely. So, how long did you stay? Do you remember how long you stayed when you went back to the hospital? Did it just take them a little while to get you back stable?
Right at a month.
Okay. And then you came back home.
Come back home, yeah.
Okay. And so.
And then I done really well for. That's kind of fuzzy. I do remember all that.
Okay.
But I mean, I had to come and I'd get a UTI or bladder infection, whatever.
So continually
I had a
managing
catheter.
infections.
Had a catheter for years.
And that makes more infections.
Oh yeah, it very very susceptible for that.
Okay.
Because I had a catheter for many years.
Okay. And so, who took care of you? So you said your mom took care of you for the first. Would you say was that 10 years?
Yeah, she took care of me. She lost her job.
Okay, that's right.
Because they wanted her, the day that she had a family, she done the Family Leave Act.
Okay.
And they only allow you 3 months to stay home with a family member.
That's
Well, the day I went, 3 months. Oh, that wasn't right. Because I was at Baptist for 9. I do remember she was supposed to report back to work the day I went to Whitaker.
Yeah.
And I remember crying and bawling. I didn't look up by myself, crying, begging her. I was like, Mama, I know you need to go to work, but
she probably
can't
felt
make
like
it.
she had to, but another way was provided.
Yeah. And she said, I can't do it.
And so
She did leave. She did leave for a little bit to head to work. But I think all she's thinking about was me crying and wanting her not to go and stuff.
So she took care of you, I think, for 10 years, and it seems like you
But
did pretty
she worked
well.
at Walmart as well. She worked at Walmart, and I had to eat for 3 hours a day.
Okay.
But then somebody come in, so she worked 8 hours at Walmart. So I had
Okay.
3 hours in the beginning, and then I got on cap.
Okay.
So I got 8 hours. So somebody stepped in to stay with me until
8
she got
hours a day, is that right?
8 hours a day now.
Yes. So
But-
you had somebody come
But I had
in.
3 hours only before the cap.
Okay.
But somebody come in and stepped in and sat with me till she went to Walmart to work.
Okay. Gotcha.
But she got her to Walmart,
Okay.
and then but before that, after that, she went to Walmart. She said, "I'm gonna take care of you. I can't trust anybody these days. They're doing their job. I'm gonna take care of you." And she was one of the first ones before they stopped the family members taking care of the other family members. She was one of the last ones that got in. Like it was
Okay.
kind of like grandfathered in
Okay.
for her to take care of a family member.
I know. Yeah.
So she's I'm the only
So
one
happy about
that
that.
will know that she's took care of. Because they was that coming in and they was sleeping, they wasn't doing their job. I mean, it was just a horrible situation.
Okay. And then she got sick.
Yeah, she got sick, and it was probably in 2000. I want to say in 2017. Well, I don't know. Let me think. No, it wasn't 17. She died in 2010.
Might have been 2007.
7, that's what it was, 2007. Because I remember there was a 7. She died in 2010. But she did chemo and radiation and breast removal and all these kinds of steps. I felt like she thought that she had to do that so she could stay as long as she could with me.
Yeah. I'm
She
sure.
fought for me, you
I
know?
believe that. Definitely.
Yeah.
And I know you traveled some with her, and you made the best of those last.
Oh, yeah. We traveled, and
Yeah.
when she wasn't on chemo and radiation, we done a lot of traveling, and you know, because they gave her breaks, and then she felt like doing something or whatever, and so we'd go on vacation and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, and she had a gene that you were tested
Actually-
for as well, right?
Yeah, she had breast cancer
Okay.
from her. She got it from her aunt. Her aunt died from breast cancer,
Okay.
so it kind of like trickled down from aunt to daughter to relative wise or whatever. So I had the BRCA2 gene.
Okay.
And
And as a result, what happened to you?
they had to remove both breasts.
That's another surgery.
That was another
That's not
surgery.
been mentioned yet.
Yeah, it hasn't been mentioned, but they took both breasts.
Okay. And what was it like for you not to have your mom any longer? Because when your mom passed, then someone else had to come in.
My dad stepped in. It words really can't describe how bad I felt, because it was like my world was flipped upside down. Because Dad, he come around a little bit, but he was remarried to somebody else. He was remarried
Okay.
and had his own life. He'd come around some and help out or whatever, but after Mom died, he stepped in and took care of me.
Okay.
So
That's great. I heard that there would be times where you would be so, I guess it would be depressed or just so upset that nobody could console you.
and, they trying to think the words that describe. Well, my heart was broke. It was broke. I was so broken. And it seemed like all I could do was cry. And I would hear a song and I would bust out. And that Dancing in the Sky, I play that all the time. And Dad's like, why do you do this to yourself? And it was almost like I had to get it out. I had to cry it out. I'm like, let me be. I want to mourn. I want to do this in my own way. And it took a good 10 years
That's what I thought.
for me to laugh and smile and engage in people, because I was so depressed. It
So
took
I
about
feel like
10 years.
Yeah, you're almost just now coming out
Yeah.
of a deep dark depression.
It was
And it seems like just
for just
recently.
about 10, yeah, about at least, I'd say about at least 3-4 years maybe, if that, but I mean, I can laugh, I can smile, I can,
You have ideas. You've got design
yeah, I've got-
ideas and
yeah, I got all these things
things
that
you want to do.
my wheels are turning.
things are looking up.
Yep.
Let me ask you a question, Holly. Is there some things that you have tried, say in the past maybe 20 years or maybe 10 years, to try to make life better? Like, was there some things that did you make any attempts maybe to tell the story?
Yeah. I tried to do Facebook Lives and stuff, and somebody told me, they're like, you need to cut the music down, and it was like so much negativity about it. They're like, well,
So
you
you
need
had
to
a lot
turn
of resistance.
yeah, they're like, you need to turn your radio down. You need to do this. You need to do that. Well, after the third one I done, I got like sick, like deathly sick. I couldn't talk, and I guess I don't know. The devil was fighting against me. He did not want me to tell my story at all,
Holly,
because I lost my voice.
well, I wonder what happened to you. See, I'm hardly on Facebook, but I was in Statesville and thought about you and just looked you up and saw that you had recently made that post, and it was so good.
Yeah,
I
and
couldn't believe how good
it
was.
wasn't like it was like two. It was like the third one
Okay.
when I was trying to do it, and they're like, "Oh, turn your music down, or do this, do that, do this," and negativity about it. And then it was like 2 days after I posted that, I got sick. I lost my voice. I couldn't talk. How am I supposed to make videos and talk about my story if I don't have a voice?
And it's like she was starting to do a thing, and then
it like
never became. Never
nothing came about it. But I mean it for the long haul,
I heard Brother Ben say in Sunday school a couple of weeks ago that any great thing that's done can't be done alone.
Mm-hmm.
And I could see when we started talking a few months back that you were going to need a lot of support to see this through.
And I have to thank you and Wayne and
there's a lot of people.
Camera woman for
camera
helping
lady.
me. But you and Wayne are like the best, and if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be able to do what I have to do today.
We want you to know you have a lot of people behind you and a lot of people supporting this.
Yes.
And if you out there, if there's somebody out there that has a story maybe that Holly would like to know, something that you know, that maybe while she was in a coma, that you could share with her.
Any story that you have about me
Let's,
or heard.
Something that you've heard, just anything that you know. Maybe you could, will there be comments? Is there a comment section?
Should be.
On YouTube? And then can we give out your email address if somebody wants to send? Okay, so that would be, tell us what it is.
Hollywood336 at Yahoo.
Hollywood336 at yahoo.com.
Yeah.
I remember the other day, Holly, that you mentioned that you were going through the shed looking for some items to yard sale, or maybe it was some other time you were in the shed, and you found a T-shirt that showed a fundraiser that you don't remember the fundraiser.
I don't.
But you could tell by the shirt that someone had taken the time. Was it maybe something to do with racing horses, or
it was a horse ride.
A horse ride, okay.
And they were like, and they done a horse ride, and they done blood. They also done lots of blood drives for me.
Okay, several blood drives.
Because I had to have lots of blood. It was pouring out. It was pouring out fast. They was putting it in. But they did a horse ride, just earn money. And they sold shirts because it said "Ride for Holly" on it, and I found that shirt.
Well, we would love to hear from you. We are very much looking forward to any information that you could give. It might trigger even some memories.
Yeah.
That Holly has. She has a little bit of short-term memory loss, a little bit of gap because of the coma.
The head injury.
Yeah. There's lots of things that went on that she doesn't know unless someone tells her. So we would look forward to hearing from you. Is there anything else you want to add, Holly, today?
I think that pretty much covered it.
Thank you so much for
Thank you
joining
for coming or joining.
For With Hope with Holly. I'm Elizabeth. This is Holly. We'll see you next